evening, this is Nomi, Shannon, the Raw Gourmet, and tonight it's all about chowder. Not clam chowder, corn chowder. Let me tell you how my mom used to make it. And I've developed a recipe that tastes just like it, only it's healthier. She'd open a can of creamed corn, and she'd slice one slice of onion, and she'd put it in a pan with, I forget if it was milk or cream, but probably milk. Fill the can of creamed corn, empty can with milk, throw that in, a little salt, a little pepper, heat it up, throw away the onion, voila, corn chowder. It tastes just like that, only it's a lot healthier. Now the recipe you will be able to find under recipes at rawgourmet.com, complete with a photograph. It will have this photograph, nice corn chowder. This was decorated with some flowers. And so I'm making a reduced size version of it, but the version at the website, it will serve 4 people. I'm making about half of that. So instead of 2 ears of corn, I'm using 4 ears of corn. I'm using 2, and I've already done 1 ear. And the base is almond milk, and there's all kinds of ratios for almond milk. I mean, you could use 6 cups of water to 1 cup of almonds for a very, very weak, watery almond milk. If you are making almond milk as the base for this recipe, you want to use 2 cups of water and 2 cups of almonds to 4 cups of water. Or if you want even richer, just make them equal, 2 and 2. But I didn't want to take the time to make almond milk from scratch, which, you know, you need to soak the almonds and all that. So I just took 2 tablespoons of raw almond butter and 1 cup of water, and I blended it very thoroughly. This liquid in my blender that looks like milk is milk. It's almond milk made with almond butter. Is it as healthy? Well, probably not, because it says it's raw, you know, on the package, but it's a little hard to really prove if almond butter is raw or not, because you're not there watching it being made. Whereas if you find raw almonds from somewhere, which is a whole other subject, you know they're raw. Meanwhile, nevertheless, I didn't want to take the time. So I made quick almond milk, and there are almond milk recipes in my book, The Raw Gourmet, on page 28. Full of different variations of different nut and grain milks. So that's the equivalent of 2 ears of corn. I didn't want to bore you with cutting off the corn from both ears. And then I want to have, I'm using a half avocado because I'm making a half recipe. People always seem to like to watch me, oh, that was too easy, remove the pit. And somebody wrote me and said, why don't I score the avocado and then peel the skin off? Well, the only reason I would do that is if I wanted to slice the avocado up in pretty slices. If I'm using it as an ingredient in a recipe like this, there's no need to get all fancy. And it's quicker to scoop it out. But it does work if you score it on the back and peel it off. So that's my avocado, my corn, my avocado, my almond milk. Teaspoon of ground cumin. Cumin's a lovely spice. It's used in Mexican, Indian, and one other food. Let's see, Asian. It immediately reminds me of Indian food. I know it's used in Mexican, but it doesn't remind me of Mexican food. And it's a nice addition to this recipe. And I'm not a big onion lover, but onion definitely works very nicely in this recipe. The original recipe called for 2 teaspoons finely minced. Now, if you've got a blend K-Tech or a Vitamix, you don't need to finely mince anything if you're going to blend it. The instructions in the Raw Gourmet are made for people who don't have a high-powered blender. I just don't think it's fair to exclude people that have $50 and $90 blenders. So if it says to grate it or to finely mince it, and you see that you're blending it, not a problem. Okay? You just approximate what you need. Sea salt, actually 1/4 teaspoon for the half recipe. And that's it. I've got my corn kernels, I've got my almond milk, I've got my avocado, my cumin, and my onion, and my sea salt. So all I have to do is blend it. And no matter how much I blend, corn kernels have enough roughage to them, so it'll be a slightly chunky soup, and it's nice that way. but not me. Now it tastes a little of onion, but what's going to happen is within the next 20-30 minutes it'll taste much more of onion. So I'm not going to probably put any more onion in. Give it another blend. That was really just pulse. I knew I didn't want to do it for very long, so because it was just really mixing it. Darn, it doesn't need another little dash of salt. So in it goes. Yeah, I think that's going to do it. Time we see a food is actually the beginning of our eating, and it's terribly important to me, even when I'm just home alone, to plate up my food so that it looks tasty. And since it's a sort of an off yellow color, I'm going to put it in this nice bowl. There's lots of colors in this bowl. And put it up. Oh yeah, that's pretty. That is pretty. And it plays up that the soup is slightly green. Now, let's see. I thought it would be fun to plate up with some red and orange pepper rings. Those are cute. And I love to, when I can get organic red colored peppers, red, orange, yellow, purple, anything but green. Green is unripe. It's fun to slice them up like this and dehydrate them. They keep indefinitely, and then top your soup summer and winter. And also I thought it would be nice to put a few cilantro sprigs in here. I love the taste of cilantro with corn. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And that's a really nice portion of corn chowder, which is very filling. This is a meal for me. That's enough food for me. It's got it's actually a combination of protein and carbohydrate, which is not the world's best combination, but just don't eat it and drive anytime too soon afterwards. I think you're going to enjoy this very much, and now is the time to do it. People say, oh, you can use frozen corn, and well, for one thing, it's not raw, it's been blanched, but it really doesn't taste like fresh corn on the cob taste, and you don't have to miss eating corn on the cob. Just make yourself some wonderful corn chowder and enjoy it. The recipe's at rawgourmet.com. This is Nomi Shannon, the Raw Gourmet. I hope that you have a great raw day.